Welcome back, guys, to Trails from Zero. Well, last episode, after the battle with mechanical angels, we met with Meister Georg, who gave us one of his Rosenberg dolls to allow us to complete Imelda's request. After checking out a couple more things in the city, we then headed out to St. Ursula to consult with Dr. Guenter about the blue pills we found, who promised to analyze them after telling us of a drug a cult was rumored to have made in the past that borrowed the power of devils, as we now continue on with food for thought. I can't say I was expecting to hear a story like that when we walked in. Anyway, for now we should just trust the doctor with the composition analysis. I agree. We need to return to Crossbell City before it gets dark. Also, the 1st Division's investigation report might be waiting for us by the time we get back. Oh boy, can't wait to spend all evening reading over a mountain of papers. I can actually head back in. Are these pills the fable? You don't think the G is silent based on listening to the VAs? They say gnosis? Well, usually a G at the start of something would be more silent. Gnosis sounds a bit... Gnosis. Sounds a bit weird, but still, if that's it... I'll say gnosis for now, and then I'll check, I guess. Or are they some different drug? It's good to me for being brash, but as a pharmacologist, I find myself extremely interested in this. At any rate, you can count on me to analyze these blue pills and get back to you. I think general, over here it would be a silent G, surely. Gnosis. Well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll find out soon enough. It looks like we've got another patrol on the way out. Cerrone, how long does it take someone to dry bed sheets? Oh, hey, Maifa. Wait just a second, okay? I've almost found out the perfect angle to dry sheets at. It'll be super helpful. Perfect angle? That's what you've been doing all this time? While you were messing around, the rest of your work was pushed onto me. You did everything else. Thank you, you're the best, mate. With that, I've lost the will to argue. You win this battle, Cerrone. Have I been too soft on Cerrone? I end up cleaning up all her messes for her, when she should probably learn to take care of them herself. For as much as Mayfair rags on for me being a major klutz, at the end of the day, she always covers my dumb mistakes. I'm lucky to have such a good friend. You could be a better friend yourself? Yeah, just maybe. Or is this a weird thing to suggest? By not messing up? Is it already this late? I better finish cleaning up before my shift ends. It's actually, like, late as well. We'd assume that if we go back to Crossbell, then we do have another patrol awaiting us. Since we passed the festival, the days have got longer. I planned to take it easy when I got back to my room today, but that's going to be a no-go. Tests are coming up, so I've really got to study, at least a little bit. I plan to take it easy when I... Okay, no-go. Anyone else to speak to? Still going back to her room? Nope. That's a no-go. Not much going on. Check the lower floor, then we'll go through the hospital again. Just in case the outside is a warp-us-back point. It's almost time for the nurses to come grab the patient's meals. Our meals have been quite the hit with the patients as of late. Mr. Gable of the diet irritated me a while ago when he said, "Your food lacks elegance." But since then, I've worked on improving the menu, and apparently it's been a welcome change. Maybe he wasn't wrong after all. Meals have been quite the hit with the patients as of late. Rude as he was, I suppose I should give Mr. Gable some credit. Cool, I guess. Today's lecture was a breeze for me. Reading my medical textbooks everywhere I go must finally be paying off. I wonder if Litton is keeping up with his lectures properly. Why not ask him? That is the point of social intercourse. Alright, what's Shizuku and Cecile doing then? Just Shizuku. My father will be visiting tomorrow, so I'm going to bed early today. I'm so excited that I don't know how I'll be able to fall asleep. The thing is though, Shizuku, you're always in bed. So what is going to bed early? You mean going to sleep early, yes. Phew, already this late? I say it's about time I head back and write my journal entry. Can I read it? I'm nosy. I like books. Speaker Harmon recommended I hide out at St. Ursula Medical College after some of my less than legal dealings were exposed. I'm waiting for word about when he plans to reinstate me, but I have nothing but radio silence. Surely Hartman hasn't discovered that I've been steadily shoring up my power through secret, newly formed connections, right? If so, wouldn't it make the most sense to take me out while I'm still here? Oh, I'm gonna be sick. Why is he saying this? It was never my intention to outsmart the speaker or anything of that nature. I just wanted a little bigger piece of the pie, that's all. But if I keep waiting around, I'll probably be erased before too long. He just tells us every time. He's been here for months. Like, actually, how long has the game taken place in? He's been here all that time. After Michael took his medicine, he was out like a light. I do worry about how suddenly these coughing fits of his keep setting in, but I'm thankful he hasn't given in to his sickness. His parents' letters and Shizuku's support must go a long way. Still, if only he would have the surgery. So, certainly worried about Michael's coughing fits. Thanks to Shizuku and his parents' continual support, he hasn't given in. Still, if only he would have that surgery. Michael is asleep. I just had my surgery this morning. Mind leaving me alone and letting me sleep? No, prod. Only had a few meals, but the food here is top notch. What a pleasant surprise. Everyone staying in this room has their own little quirks. That they do. It's almost dinner time, isn't it? I should go grab the patients' meals from Kirsch so they're nice and ready. One of my quirk is that I don't have an appendix anymore, says a lady in the corner. Tio, are you feeling alright? You look a little pale, dear. Ah, yes, this is my natural complexion. Please do not pay it any mind. Just my imagination, then. Perhaps my mind is playing tricks on me. Oh well, the sun's going to set soon, so try to be careful when heading back, okay? I just realized I should have probably spoke to Yona, but that's again a mention of Tio. Much to my surprise, our man from Hayway hasn't kicked up any kind of fuss while we've been treating him. He's quite calm, even. I suppose he understands when to be civil at the very least. Staying here too long will only cause the company trouble. Once the others wake up tomorrow, we'll see to it that we're discharged as soon as possible. I don't know if they'll be able to be discharged if they were in the ICU. I'll say it's a relief to see you looking so well. Now, be honest, you're not stirring up trouble for any of the fine folks in this hospital, are you? What, you come all this way and that's what you want to ask me? I told you, I'm not causing trouble for anyone and that's the truth. Did you get a weird idea that your other half is... Oh, you're sleeping. Is a troublemaker when he's not? Is that just your idea of him? It's almost time for my checkup. Seeing as the sun's about to set, maybe I should get a room somewhere around here. It'd beat trekking back home this late. I'm glad you were able to speak with Dr. Guenter, everyone. Feel free to drop by again anytime. Glad? Okay, cool. Sarah works her tail off to streamline all communication within the hospital. You could hardly imagine how much coordinating it takes. In terms of sheer work volume, I'd say she goes toe-to-toe with Cecile. I know the doctor already examined her and all, but are we absolutely completely positive that it's just a cold? What if it mutates into some incurable disease? What then? Oh, just give it a rest, Mum. You're freaking out in front of everyone. It's embarrassing. The doctor said it was only a little cold, right? I'm going to be fine. No! Could mutate. You never know. The man that was rushed in here is resting in the room next to the ICU. His injuries, luckily, weren't life-threatening, and the doctors say he may even be able to walk again tomorrow. Well, that's a quick turnaround. Not this room, then. Whenever I treat patients like the man from this morning, something always runs through my mind. Even when performing surgical procedures, we have to rely on internal medicine, with anesthesia, and IV drips. Therefore, the best treatments are created when the surgical and internal medicine departments set aside their differences and work as one. I know that's quite the claim coming from someone who's always at Largo's throat. Of course he wouldn't be here. This is where the surgery is performed. Do forgive my lapse in character. You want to tell Largo what I just said, Ivan, no matter the circumstances, are we clear? Once the moon rises, I'm a whole different woman. Sleep, don't need it, and my productivity shoots up 10, no 20-fold. Alrighty then, time to get the most of the next 12 hours. She's a night owl. Everyone knows that Chief Ursuline's intellect shines the most at nighttime, especially when it comes to research. Being it's because of that, she pulls a ton of all-nighters and then snoozes most of the day away. She might be an associate professor, but it's hard to see her as much of an authority figure, and you can barely keep her awake most of the time. Chief Ursuline is a night owl, so she tends to sleep in late, like very late. Okay, wait a second. So you've got naturally someone who could night shift really easily? What's the problem here? Day, night, job done. What's the issue? I hear the man who was rushed here by ambulance today was already regained consciousness. That's St. Ursula's doctors for you. He's not resting in any of the nearby rooms then. That's something I always think about when I'm treating people as their internist. While internal medicine works to aid the body's natural healing mechanisms, there are times when the speed of a surgery can save a patient's life. So I ask myself this: each field compensates for the other's weakness so well, when combining both form the ideal medical care? Well, I doubt that carries a whole lot of weight when Dr. Gailey and I get along as well as oil and water. Forget my worthless ramblings, alright? But don't you dare spill them to Dr. Gailey either, even by accident. They're best of friends. They'd get on if we just let them. They could just talk, come to an understanding. It was not a walk, see the end bit. We're just going back to Crossbell, are we? Those wolf attacks from a few months ago ended up getting my shift extended, so I've been a bit exhausted myself. Looks like we both have it rough. I'm on shift today. Stressful being a nurse. We have to take care of both our patients and ourselves. That's it. That is everyone, unless Kate's still here. Well, it's already getting pretty late, so we'd better grab a bus instead of walking back. No argument here. Thank goodness for this bus system of ours. I don't know what we'd do without it. Tio? What's the matter, Tio Top? You've been awfully quiet for a bit now. I am fine. Tio? The sun makes it hard to see, but your face is so pale. What? I told you, I'm fine. I just feel a bit unwell is all. No. Feeling unwell means you're not fine. There's got to be some place to rest around. Ah. Tio! Oh no! I'll go get a doctor. Hurry! It was just her anemia acting up, thank goodness. After a bit of rest, she should wake up and be as good as new. That's good news, at least. What a relief. You said it for a second there, I was getting pretty worried. Still, I'm sorry we couldn't put her in a normal hospital bed. Mine was the only one available. Fortunately, every room we have in the hospital is occupied right now. That's alright. I'm sure your room will be more than enough to help Tio recover. Cecile, thank you so very much. Don't mention it, Ellie. I have to work the night shift tonight, so it's perfectly fine if she wants to rest here until tomorrow morning. Well, I'll be going then. Thanks, Cecile. We really appreciate the help. Tio, if only we'd noticed sooner. Now that I think about it, she first started to look a little sick during our conversation with Dr. Guenter. If I remember correctly, it was when he started telling us about that drug those devil worshippers made. I'm fine, you know. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Tio, you're awake. I'm so glad. You had us worried, you know. Please, there was no need to be. Given that you were involved in the ongoing drug investigation, I know it's your duty to ask me. About everything I know, I mean. Listen, Tio, do you really think we would push you to share something you're clearly uncomfortable talking about? Huh? Well, the investigation is definitely important. These are two separate matters. You're more to us than just a colleague. Above all, you're an irreplaceable friend, Tio. Ah. Everyone's got some bits of their past that they'd rather not talk about. Well, I guess mine kinda ended up getting out anyway. But if you really don't want to talk about what you know, Tio Tot, then we'll do everything we can to support that decision. Ellie, Randy, that's how we all feel, Tio. But if you ever decide you want to tell us about the things you've kept hidden, if talking about them with us will help ease your burden, even a little, then know that all of us would be happy to help shoulder it for you. Lloyd. I'm constantly amazed by the embarrassing things you say when you get into one of your speeches. Not just you, but Ellie and Randy too. Lloyd's cheesiness must be rubbing off on you. Yeah, I think you got us there. Clearly we've been spending too much time listening to Lloyd. Yeah, laugh it up. I've already told Lloyd as part of this story, but let me explain from the start. When I was 5 years old, I was kidnapped and held captive by a cult of religious fanatics. No. Damn. The cult's objective in doing so is still unknown, but one thing is clear. They were attempting to obtain something by rejecting the goddess and worshipping devils. I think that they saw me and the other captive children as offerings. Nothing more, nothing less. Simply a means to an end. Offerings? Yes, I call them offerings because sacrifices wouldn't exactly be right. Though I suppose it's possible the term could apply to some of the children. The cult had several lodges and each was experimenting with different rituals. As for the lodge I was taken to, their rituals primarily involved various kinds of human experimentation. Human experimentation? So is that why you've got those enhanced senses of yours? Precisely. Sensors were attached to our entire bodies, and we were pumped full of drugs. They attempted to enhance our 5 senses using any method imaginable. They even tried enhancing our sensitivity to supernatural phenomena by applying psychological stress and hypnosis. For 3 long years, that was my life, day in, day out. That can't be! Despite all that, I was one of the lucky ones. None of the children could withstand the procedures except for me. One by one, they began to disappear. And it was at the moment when I became the last child remaining that I gained this power. My hearing became keen enough that even though a massive rock wall separated us, I could hear the others' final cries as though I was right there in the room with them. Tio. Those monsters. Then something happened. Lloyd's brother Guy broke into the lodge. Team accompanying Guy was able to neutralize the cult followers and dismantle the lodge's operation. The resistance was strong. The moment the lodge fell, most of the cultists committed suicide. Guy passed by countless bodies, littering the ground, till he finally reached the ceremonial chamber. And there he found me, the only surviving child. By the time Guy found me, I was wasting away. So weak, I was near death myself. I was quickly brought to this hospital and spent several months recuperating here. What happened after that, I've already told Lloyd about. So that's what really happened? Tio, And in a cruel twist of fate, I was so grateful to Guy for saving me from that place. When I heard that he passed away 3 years ago, I didn't feel much of anything. It's as if, in exchange for this power, I had my emotions stripped away. That's how it felt to me, at least. Tio. But I think back then I actually wanted to ask him something. I wanted to ask a strong, impossibly optimistic person like Guy, how exactly should a broken person like me live? In the end, though, I missed my chance to ask, and I ended up being recruited by the Epstein Foundation. After that, I joined the special support section and began to live with all of you. But even now, I still haven't figured out the answer. How should I live my life? And why? Why did I survive? Why am I here? Tio! You don't have to worry about that. It's okay to not know the answers. Everyone struggles with those very same questions. What? Why are we here? How should we live our lives? There aren't many people out there who do have answers for those questions, Tio. Me, Ellie, Randy, we're all lost. Same as you. I know I definitely lost my way for a bit, that's for sure. Still, Teartop, there's no need to rush to find an answer to those questions. We've got our entire lives to figure stuff like that out. But if you can't help but wonder what the answers are, all you need to do is keep searching for them. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. We can search for the answers together. Of course, that includes me, Randy, the Chief, Kia, even Zite. We're all here for you. We'll help you find the answers you're looking for. I knew it. Lloyd really has rubbed off on you too. You're all making such cheesy speeches now. Why are you like this? Well, we didn't really have a say in the matter, you know? The moment we joined the SSS, we were fated to fall victim to Lloyd's sappiness. Randy's right. We're a team. We share what we feel, even if it is embarrassing. I don't really get why this is my fault, but I definitely agree with Ellie's last point. We share everything. Embarrassment, our past pains, and of course, our smiles and happiness as well. That's what it means to be a team, right? Please stop. All your sappy feelings are smothering me. I don't know how much more I can take. but for some reason, it's not a bad feeling. What is it with trails and little girls? And putting them through absolutely horrible things. After their heartfelt talk, the SSS took the bus back to Crossbell City. When they returned to the SSS building and put an exhausted Tio in bed, Lloyd, Ellie, and Randy decided to have one more talk with Chief Sergey. Oh, Key is chosen, and Sight's on guard. Damn it, that name again. Gnosis. Chief, it's about time you tell us. Please tell us what my brother was involved in 6 years ago, and about the cult that kidnapped Tio. Please, you must be aware of everything that happened. I had a feeling you knew what was up with Tio Top from the start. Of course I know about the cult. Back when they were at the height of their power, it was a guy and I who tracked down and took out one of their lodges. You did? Then Chief, you were my brother's... Yeah, I was Guy's superior officer. I guess even back then I was a bit of an oddball in the force. So one day I ended up with 2 unconventional rookies assigned to serve under me. One of them being your brother. Ah, Guy was impulsive, a bit reckless too, but he was a damn great detective. The other rookie was like night and day in terms of personality. 2 of them made a hell of a team. Who exactly was this other rookie? Don't tell me it was that Dudley guy from the 1st Division. Nah, Dudley was hired straight into the 1st. The guy was practically born for that division. As for this other rookie, I'll bet you've heard of him somewhere before. His name is Arios McLean. What? He was a part of the police. He was, but he traded his police badge in for the Bracer's Gauntlet some years back. That was probably one of the reasons the police here in Crossbell have such a rocky relationship with the guild. Didn't see that coming. So my brother and Arios both joined the force at the same time. Yeah, though Arios was a couple years older than Guy. And it showed. Arios was always a bit more mature. He was already a family man with a wife and daughter at the time. Guy, on the other hand, he was as bright-eyed as he was foolish. A wild card who was always rushing off to help people. I think their many differences were the reason they got along so well, though. A little less than 2 years after joining the force, and those 2 were already being heralded as the CPD's rising stars. Considering what we know about their skills, I can definitely believe that. Exactly. To be honest, I was damn proud of those boys. After all, not many people got the chance to mentor 2 fine young rookies like them. Our squad was able to accomplish a lot in the time we had together, to the point where the higher-ups decided to leave the joint investigation for a certain international case to us, rather than the 1st Division. Joint investigation? International case? Wait, are you talking about... Yes, it was about the cult. That's DG, or not DAG? D something G. That's their official name, written out with the therefore sign in the middle. D therefore G. D therefore G. That's a therefore sign. 3 dots arranged in a triangle is a symbol used in mathematical proofs and logical arguments. What exactly do the D and G stand for? Devil and God? We never solved the entire riddle, but we did uncover what the meaning of the G is. It stands for Gnosis. Okay. Should have got that. Ah! The drug Dr Guenter told us about. The one rumored to use power borrowed from devils. This can't be a coincidence. It's already been 6 years since that whole mess. Those zealots left behind a lot of mysteries, but I know one thing for sure. Out of my decades of service on the force, this group are the most disgusting pieces of shit I've ever had the displeasure to encounter. The bastards use those kids they kidnapped as sacrifices of their lodges. So then the abduction case Mr. Grimwood mentioned yesterday, it was... the D therefore G cult. They had more than 10 active lodges spread all across Lemuria, and they performed various rituals in each of them, summoning horrific devils, taking advantage of artifacts for their gain, experimenting on those poor children. And there was always one constant in their rituals, a mysterious drug called Gnosis. This is all a lot to take in. So how'd you end up solving a case as messed up as this one? Ah, right. Like I said yesterday, this issue affected a number of countries, but they got together and organized a joint investigation. Each country's army, police force, and Bracer Guild branches collaborated. Under the command of a certain famous bracer, we launched a large-scale operation to round up and suppress every one of the cult's lodges. As for my small squad of 3, we were in charge of taking down a lodge located on the outskirts of Altair, located in western Calvard. It was there that Guy rescued Tio Plato, who was 8 years old at the time. Tio was emaciated and barely responsive, and she was one of the lucky ones. After all, none of the other kids made it out alive. And even though what Tio had to go through was monstrous, there were even more horrific things happening to the kids at the other lodges. Why? Why are people like this allowed to exist? I feel like I'm going to be sick. Compared to the criminals we dealt with here in Crossbell, these guys are a completely different level of twisted. Yeah. At any rate, after that operation 6 years ago, the cult was completely wiped off the map. All its zealots either committed suicide or suffered a psychotic breakdown and wasted away. Some have speculated that there were a few survivors. Rumor has it the church and the society exterminated the rest of them. The nightmare known as the DG cult should have finally been over. But now these blue pills have appeared. There's a chance these pills are the gnosis the cult used in their rituals. Right now, that's just speculation on my part. But if this is the real deal, I'm afraid the nightmare of 6 years ago might have resurfaced in another form. One that will entangle itself with this conflict between these two mafias. Sounds like things couldn't get any worse. But if all this is true, we have to do something. I couldn't agree more. Lloyd, the one who killed your brother 3 years ago is still at large. I know. No leads were found and the case eventually went cold. Yeah, there weren't any eyewitnesses either. After Guy transferred to the first, he'd only ever taken on cases by himself. It's been speculated that the culprit was an intelligent agent from Erebonia or Calvard, maybe a member of a Ravash. Hell, some have tossed around the idea of a Jaeger Corps terrorist cell being responsible. However, there's always been another possible culprit in my mind. A remnant of the cult, right? Yeah, I say that possibility is even more likely now. For me, this whole thing is starting to look more and more like a chance to avenge my fallen subordinate. So sorry for my selfishness, but I'm going to be butting in from now on. Chief, there's no need to apologize. We'd love your help. You trying to tell me you didn't butt in before now? Who can say? But anyway, I figure it's about time I told you. I might have founded a special support section, but the one who first came up with the idea was Guy. What? This was Guy's idea? What about the SSS being created to oppose the guild's popularity? That was just something I fed the top brass to get him to agree to it. While he was still alive, Guy told me something I'll never forget. He said that what Crossbell needs is the strength to overcome its barriers. A place where young people can make mistakes, learn, grow, and combine their strengths into one. Told me he thought that was exactly what the police force needed. Guy. Damn, that brother of yours sure was something, Lloyd. So is that the reason Tio joined the SSS too? Could be. I'm willing to bet she wanted more than anything to be part of a group that carried on Guy's will. Not that she's ever said as much to me. Wow, I had no idea. Well, setting Guy aside for now, I think our most urgent priority is stopping the damage these drugs are causing. And regarding Kia, I think it's possible that what happened to her is related to the cult somehow. Pissed me off to think about it, but it does seem likely. After all that talk about drugs being the cause of her amnesia. Yeah, unfortunately I'm beginning to think that as well. So, Chief, can you leave the investigation to us while you protect Kia here? Since we have to coordinate with the 1st Division, we'll need someone to stay behind and give us orders while we're in the field. Oh, that's true. Yeah, the way this case is shaping up, we're really going to need someone calling the shots from back at base. I'm sorry, Chief. I know you went out of your way to offer your help, but this is key to our success. Yeah, that right. Okay, fine. Listen up, just like before, I won't be giving you guys any direct instructions. You can have all the advice you want. I'll even take care of comms for you. You're going to have to make your own decisions and solve this case with your own will. So are you up to the challenge? Yes, sir. Understood. Sounds like we're going to have our work cut out for us starting tomorrow. Oh, end of the day? The next day at 8 a.m. With the title music playing, eh? Are you sure you're okay, Tio? You can always wait here with the Chief and Kia if you don't feel well enough to go. There's no need to worry. I was able to get quite a bit of rest, so I'm feeling much better than usual, actually. Well, you do look a lot better than you did yesterday, that's for sure. So I was pretty surprised when Kia told me she wanted to sleep next to you last night. I just felt like I wanted to all of a sudden. Hey, Tio, did you sleep good? Of course. I can only imagine the reason I'm in such a pristine condition is because I spent so much time with you, Kia. Haha, yay! You're a lifesaver, Kido. Indeed. It's as if she's our very own special pick-me-up. Oh, that reminds me. I want you to promise me this one thing, Tio. Huh? If something like yesterday happens again, please tell us about it. Don't bottle it up. That'll only make it that much harder on yourself. I don't mean to be harsh, but if you were to collapse in the middle of a fight, we'd all be in trouble. Roger, I will keep that in mind. I'm a member of the Special Support Section, and I intend to stand on equal footing with the rest of you. So thank you. I'm lucky to have people like you I can share my pain and burdens with. Aw, Tio. Don't mention it. Yeah, you can count on us. Huh? Sorry to step in and ruin this little moment of yours. You're planning to question some of the citizens suspected of drug use this morning, right? Yes, sir. I want to confirm what we found in the First Division's report, if possible. Since we'll be busy anyway, we hope to take care of support requests as they come our way. Indeed. If we let this opportunity slip away, we might not have any time left to venture outside the city. As of now, we want to look into that stockbroker in the residential district and that errand boy from the Saber Vipers. Finally, our concierge's new cast member. They were all acting a little strange yesterday, weren't they? If you have time, you should go check in with Ian, too. Out of the two he told us about, it looks like the stockbroker is the same one from the First Division's records. It seems like they don't know anything about the trading company manager just yet. Thanks for the advice. We'll make it a priority to stop by there. Dr. Guenter should be contacting us later with the drug composition results. Around noon, I think. Hello, this is Lloyd Bannings of the Special Support Section. Lloyd, it's me, Bixen. Oh, hello, sir. This is good timing, actually. How's Gantz been holding up? Yes, about that. He, seems to have disappeared again. What? Can you fill us in on the details? Of course, you see, Gantz finally woke up late last night, but kept fading in and out of consciousness, so we decided to let him continue to sleep for the time being. Just to be safe, I stayed with him overnight, thinking I'd report back to you today. When I woke in the morning, Gantz was nowhere to be found. I see. Have you called the hotel or the casino? Yes, I was told that no one has seen him for quite some time. Lloyd, what should we do? For now, I think it would be best if you stayed at the hotel, sir. It's possible that Gantz might come back. We were already going out to gather some information, so we'll make sure to keep an eye out for him. If something comes up, please don't hesitate to give us another call. All right, thank you. Did I hear that right? Gantz disappeared again? Yep, apparently he snuck out the hotel this morning, either by his own accord or... This is all the more reason to check on the other individuals who have used this drug as well. Man, I've got a bad feeling about this. The situation might be escalating faster than we anticipated. Don't worry about things here. Just go and see what you can find. Yes, sir. Have a good day. Woof, woof. Yes, that's how woof sight sounds. Woof. What do we got going on? A new day? New requests. Ready Cooks 1 is on a medium? Uh-oh. Big uh-oh. Okay, we can go like one more big story event. We're gonna have to keep checking that.